I'm Brandon Woolley, President of Small Business of the Year 2012, Capital Mortgage Solutions, and the creator of the Own Your Own Life concepts, leading life liberation. And today we're going to bring you an important message that's going to affect everyone, regardless of your situation and standing in this society in the United States. Recently, we just launched a video series that is dealing in consumer certainty that walk people through the 4 C's of certainty, which are clarity, control, choices, and then confidence. The idea is to reverse the mindset of developing a consumer that think things differently on their behalf versus doing what the world tells them to do. Well, one of the problems that we've run into here with this and have run into in the past, and the whole reason why I owned a company to take care of that, is credit reporting. So regardless if you think you have perfect credit or if you have shitty credit, it does not matter. It affects everyone. The entire United States economy is going to be driven by credit. The ability to obtain financing and spend money. Okay? Now, we're not exactly going to talk about spending money today. That's going to be in the Consumer Certainty Program through the Empowerment Possibility Program Questionnaire. Those are things that we're going to walk through. What we're doing is we're going to take a step back and look at those and how credit affects those in their ability to obtain financing. So this is important information in education. So even if you think you have perfect credit, this will affect you some way or another, directly or indirectly, because either you own a business where people need credit to help you in your business, or it will affect your retirement. Because if people are able to spend money and behave in a more responsible manner, then that is going to help your future portfolio. So regardless of where you're at, this is going to be information that's going to affect you. Okay? So the one thing that we learned, I owned a company, and recently we had to shut that company down, is a credit repair company. And most people will go, oh, well, credit repair, that's fraudulent, and oh, they don't do anything, and you can't get anything removed from your credit report. Well, that's all bullshit. Okay? The fact is you can. The Federal Trade Commission has laws established that allow you to fight them. Now, there's different ways to fight them, yes. And yes, there's a ton of fraudulent credit repair companies out there. There's a ton of fraudulent people in general probably sitting next to you in your church. It doesn't matter. We're not a fraudulent company. We're a company built on integrity. We're people with integrity, which is the whole reason we're even delivering this message to you. Because the fact is this, when we had the company, we were making difference in people's lives through education, okay? Through operating through the laws established by the federal government and the principles of people. So when we got a call one day for Capital Mortgage Solutions, because we have to obtain credit reports to determine someone's risk to buy a home or refinance their home, or what's their current borrowing risk. We have to get a credit report. So when those credit reports come back and they're not exactly where they need to be, and there's some past things on there that are or are not the borrower's fault, it's regardless, it's in the past, there's things that we can overcome, we have to determine the risk. And so if they are not qualifying under the standard set of credit reporting, credit scores going, you do or do not fall in the category of, yes, you can get this, or the category of, no, you suck, we have to take these people, because the problem with us is we probably care too much. And so we're like, okay, how can we help these people that actually want help? So that's where the credit repair came in. So when the credit bureaus found out we owned a credit repair company, which I had no idea, didn't even think about it, I just thought it was a way to help people. They said, well, they told all the credit reporting agencies that we were pulling credit through, you need to shut down your relationship with Capital Mortgage Solutions. So we got a notice. Of course, I freaked out because it came from an attorney and called them and said, hey, what the hell is this? What's going on? They said, well, you have a relationship with the credit repair company. Therefore, not a relationship, you own the credit repair company in the same building as the mortgage company. You have to shut that down. Well, mortgages is how I pay my bills, so we had to shut that down. But the more and more I thought about it, the more and more it really made me upset. It pissed me off because I know for a fact who we are. And so when I had the argument with the credit reporting companies that, hey, we're an upstanding company, we're Small Business of the Year, you can't find people better than us to help others achieve the things they want in their life. And they said, well, Mr. Woolley, we do. We see it, we know it, and it's obvious. You guys are built on integrity. But these the credit bureaus pay us. So money becomes more important than the moral core of what we're trying to accomplish in this country. So the people that were providing information, which is what a credit reporting company does, they provide information gathered by Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax, and they get paid. They get paid to be able to offer these services, to connect people to that information. So if you look at it, that's basically what we would consider a monopoly. You have three people controlling one particular industry, it's considered a monopoly. They're multi-billion-dollar for-profit companies controlling how you are able to or not able to obtain financing based on a multitude, or in the teens, up-teen algorithms that mathematically calculate who you are on paper, making a judgment, saying, we're going to fit you in this box based on data that may or may not be true about you, and how you can be as a consumer in today's market. So most people just go about their business because, there's nothing I can do about it. So that's where credit repair comes in. Because you can either do it on your own, good luck, you can hire an attorney, pay $200 an hour and hope like hell they do anything because you're not getting that money back, or you can hire a credit repair company. But just like anything else, you need to find someone that you trust, okay? Because here's the situation we're in as a country. You have got a government agency, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, that will be attacking the credit reporting industry completely over the next however many years it may take. They're going to try to fix it. We'll see. It's a hell of a thing to fix. But right now, 75% of Americans have errors on their credit report. So whether it's true or not true, it does affect you until you know, and you won't even know it until you get your credit report pulled. So let's back it up a little bit, and let's see how having negative credit will hurt you. Okay? When we walk through the 4 C's of certainty, we're talking about clarity, getting clear on what you want and what you're trying to accomplish, where you're at, where you're trying to go. Control, finding out what resources you need to get there. Okay? Then the next step is choices. So once you get clear on where you're at, where you want to go, what you need to get there, then you have to start making choices of which direction you want to go and what you want to do for your family. Because once you start doing that, it puts you in a position of confidence as a consumer. That this is what I'm supposed to be doing. This is what I need to budget for. This is how it's going to affect me and help me accomplish the goals or get out of where I'm at. So when you're looking at credit reporting and you got shitty credit, guess what? This is where it stops. Right here, you're like, okay, this is where I'm at, this is where I want to go. But when you have credit that sucks, guess what? You can't get out of this stage. You don't get a choice. You have no confidence. You're stuck right here. Period. Based on 3 credit reporting agencies that want to tell you you are not allowed to do what you want to do in life. So you and I could have this conversation all day long. It says, oh, Mr. and Mrs. Johnson, where are you at right now? Oh, well, our credit kind of sucks, but we would love to not pay 16% interest for a vehicle, and we'd love to be a homeowner. We got 3, 4 kids, and Joe just got a raise, and we'd really like to do some things, and he does invest $50 a month in his IRA, and at some point we'd like to retire, and we would like to have our kids to have a future that maybe we didn't have, or hey, or it could be, well, hey, life was real good before, and I remember what that life was like, and right now it's just been tough. Joe lost his job, and we're just down. We were down for a short period of time, but now we're back on our feet. But our credit's terrible, and it's blocking us from getting anywhere. That's choices. You're in a position where your choices are taken away based on where your credit report is at. So what do? Well, you access resources to gain control back of your life. Who do I trust? What do I do? Most people get lost in the fog of, well, maybe I don't deserve this because I didn't pay those medical bills. Well, that's true. You probably should have paid the medical bills, but it's also not law that this shit has to be on your credit. Okay? Or you could call your bank. That's what a lot of people do. Oh, I got turned down for a loan. They told me to go pay off all my collections. Bullshit. False information that doesn't help your credit score. You just wasted your down payment or buying any type of furniture if you're able to even get your credit score up in the first place. They did not help you get clear. They saw you as profit and said, okay, they got this far in the process and said, hey, I cannot help you. Good luck. Go pay your collections because I don't know shit of how to help you resource anything to start making choices that make a difference, to have confidence in what you're trying to accomplish in your life. So where do you go? Well, I know it's us. But that's the whole passion and the problem here, and why I'm even doing this video, is the fact that how do we let people know where to go? Because until it's either marketed properly, or you change your mindset, or people stop telling you that it can't happen, you cannot fix your credit, that's bullshit. Until you wake up and decide, today's the day that I want to accomplish what I want in my life. So here's where your options are. Credit repair. That's it. Or just some deep level education that you're all of a sudden going to just change how you think about things and live your life. Usually life has you down so far, you don't have the time to learn it all on your own, even if you wanted to. So it comes down to a choice of what do you want to do. Do you really want to make an improvement on your credit? The credit reporting system, do you want to be part of the solution? Or do you want to sit around and talk about what you were treated unfairly and, I didn't get a break, and so screw it, I'm not paying my bills, I'm just going to live with this. And then your children learn the same attitude. Your children learn to have no respect for themselves. Their children learn that it doesn't matter to honor obligations, or guess what? Well, I didn't honor them before, but now I want to, but you know what? I just don't have the self-esteem to do it because I don't deserve it for who I may have been in the past. All garbage thinking. You're putting a limit on yourself and don't even know it, but you're putting it on your children. There is a solution when you're ready. When you're ready, and only when you're ready, to take a step in the right direction for yourself and for your family. Because when we talk about in the consumer certainty about building a level of financial freedom, you don't have that option. Again, you have no choice. This is the next step when you're ready to get out of your sulking and self-abuse and abuse of the people around you and abuse of those that turn you down for financing, that don't want to offer the help to you that you deserve if you feel like you deserve it and are ready for it. Credit reporting is not a fair game. I'm not saying you shouldn't have paid your bills. I'm not saying that the people that keep it on there are the devil. I'm just saying it's not a fair game. It's not a fair game for those that are offering credit. I'm not saying that people that turn you down don't want to help you. They just may not have the resources. They just may be told by their employer, you don't have the time to help people. Here is your opportunity for help if you choose to take it. Period. One of the things that touched us the most is when, one example, we had a couple that came in, 3 kids, trying to buy a home, and trying to buy a house for 3 years. They dealt with another company and trying to get financing for a year and a half. That company just stopped returning their phone calls altogether. They gave up the fight for these people. And while we can never guarantee any result whatsoever, it's against the law. I'll never do it. I don't care what you ask me for. There's no result ever guaranteed. For one, we're fighting against the bureaus. It's credit reporting. It's just the game. It's the game we have to play. But disclosing that, I said, look, I cannot guarantee you this. I know that you've experienced something that's very, very difficult for you. You're discouraged. You're disappointed. You now believe again that you're not worth it. You built hope and then gone even further below where you were before that and having no hope at all. But here's what I'm going to tell you. This is your only shot. And if you trust me to commit here, then I will commit to you in trying to get this accomplished for you. The program, before the program was even completed, these people were ready to buy a home. They bought a house, 100% financing, no down payment, a bigger home than they were renting for their family to fit the 3 kids in, along with them too, and for less money per month. And if you want to take that a step further, you're looking at security. It's not just about the money, saving the money per month, building equity, giving them confidence as a consumer to go accomplish and do things. The next car loan, anything they invested in the program, they're going to get out of their next car loan, period, and then some. Savings on their insurance. But even besides the financial, we're talking about security. Security for them and their family that they did not experience before that. You either choose to live in a life of regret and everything you wanted to accomplish, and live in a life of how that affects your relationships because you're bitter. Choose to live in a life of regret because you feel like you don't deserve to have things. All untrue. So the truth is this. We are working against people, organizations that have a monopoly on credit reporting. But you can make a singular difference by clicking through and making a choice and filling out this questionnaire. This questionnaire will take you through a series of thinking to make you consider where you are personally. I may not have told your story yet. I may not have given an example that matches you, okay? You may have been able to get financing and think, oh, well, I don't need this. Well, guess what? A 620 credit score, and just because you got financing doesn't mean that you shouldn't have 720 credit score, because I guarantee you the investment that you want to make in yourself starts with just the time. Just take the time to fill this out. It will unlock your mind to consider really where you're at, really how you feel about the position you're in right now. It will help you see really where you want to go and how you can get there. We want you to understand the impact that your terrible credit is having on you. And then if you're ready after that, we want you to click through and make a commitment to yourself, to your family, to your future, to your financial freedom. Everything that having a not acceptable credit score has kept you from obtaining. We want you to commit to that for yourself and your family. Because it's time that people stop living in the sludge of shitty credit and just accepting it and going, oh, well, I trust them. They told me I couldn't get financing, so I better not try anything different. Baloney. You deserve it if you choose to do it. If and when you're ready. I'm Brandon Woolley, creator of the Own Your Own Life concept, leading life liberation. And I want you to click through the bottom and do yourself a favor and get started and just take some time. Have a good day. Security they did not experience for themselves before ever. Confidence that they didn't even realize their kids were not getting. That self-doubt is poured into their children through their attitudes that they didn't even realize. But by just doing one simple thing and having some level of faith that, hey, we do want to accomplish that, we're going to take that next step to give us the choice to build a confidence in who we are as people and what we can do financially. And I guarantee you they didn't even think about how that's going to affect their kids with the knowledge and how they built them up, and the fact they can be raised in the same home throughout their childhood versus bouncing around different rented places, living around just areas where other people may not be as safe or may not be an environment conducive to their children, to the level of their expectations. All of those things come into play. And that's just one example. But the fact was this. They made a choice. We are here. We experienced a terrible level of disappointment and discouragement when we felt like everyone gave up on us. Found us in a phone book. Called. We met here at the office. And they made a choice to commit to themselves. Commit to the program. Took some level of control, made a choice to where they could make even more choices, and now they have the confidence to live their life.